This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hey everybody, Terry Crews here, and fan back with us for another Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Now this time, if you've been enjoying the first game, the Florida Panthers makes their first win against the Ottawa Senators. A final score 10-4 was big on chain that they took from here. Exactly true. There was nothing to conclude for that, as they had their first win to make a 1-0 series. And this time, the next one is on, as we've got the Edmonton Oilers facing against the Vegas Golden Knights at T-Mobile Arena. This was what they all have to do for. You see by the last part of the game, in the last postseason, since Season 3 of the postseason of the Stanley Cup playoffs in 24, they really have that one pacing off. But now they meet again here in their second round after the win against the other team, which of course the Edmonton Oilers. They beat against the Los Angeles Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. They beat against the Minnesota Wild in Game 5. Both teams definitely made their way to Games 5, and now they are on to the next matchup. And as for this time, we have our superstar factor players. The first one we have is Stuart Skinner, and the other one is Aiden Hill, the starting goaltenders for the Golden Knights and the Oilers. For the start, let's have a look here for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid is showing up, and he is the captain for the Edmonton Oilers. He has 4 goals in the playoffs, as he made that one look unbeatable to bring things out with his fast pace and wheels. And Leon Draisaitl, he makes an incredible finish off. He makes 4 goals to 5 goals in the playoffs. He's looking to get 6 in his game if he can try to handle it. Evan Bouchard gets 2 goals in the playoffs with a thunderclapper just once, and he will have to see if he can definitely get another goal for the Edmonton Oilers on Evan Bouchard. Then we have Zach Hyman with 3 goals in the playoffs. He makes a good close quarter range and close shooting. We'll find out if he does. Then Matthias Ekholm, which he only had 2 goals in the playoffs, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, he never got any playoff goals this point. You'll find out if he can get there through. And finally, Darnell Nurse. He makes 3 goals in the playoffs. He made this one look unbeatable. By the change-up, everybody will stand out for the crowd. Alright, that will do for the Oilers. Let's have a look for the Vegas Golden Knights. The first one we start things off today, as we have got, is Jack Eichel. He's one of our unstoppable forces, as he's really giving everything a go. He has this 1 goal in the playoff, and he just needs to get more goals in to get 3. Then, Mark Stone on the other side of it, he is good to take the yoink ability on a defensive stick lift, just like Alexander Barkov. With 2 goals in the playoffs, he makes it uneasy to change it off into. Then, it's Alex Pietrangelo, with no goals in the playoffs, as he really hasn't found anybody to give that one a good open look, but the shutdown is always great. Then Shea Theodore, which he has 2 goals in the playoffs. Then it's Ivan Barbashev. He really must have had that one with a great use. He has 2 goals in the playoffs in that game. Then Noah Hannafin, which across the other side of it, he has 3 goals in the playoffs. And then there's Tomas Hertl with 3 goals in the playoffs. Then William Karlsson, which he delivered with 5 goals in the playoffs. There's no job to make that one change. And lastly, we have this Brayden McNabb. He finishes off with his first round, as he wasn't able to take things in. Just 1 goal in the playoff. We'll find out if Brayden McNabb has his own goal on the next set. In the meantime, that is it for now. It's now time to get settled and get off to Vegas and for our next matchup. My next commentary supporters, I have this test tube. He's also along with James Cebulski, and for commentary of the crew is Willie. You'll have to see what way we'll change it to. And at center ice, I give a special warm welcome to, it's me, 411. We'll see you all later, everyone, for the post-game show after this game. Oilers, Knights, next on EA Sports. first game held the round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Here we are, fellas, as we're ready to get things started. It's game number 1, round 2 of the Oilers and one of our biggest Golden Knights. Let's find out who takes with a big win here. I'm here on my broadcast partner along with my ever 2 games. It's game number 1 here in Vegas. We'll find out, see what's going to change in. Now the starting groups here we have across is one of our better goaltenders to start. Stuart Skinner and Aiden Hill are the starting goaltenders for game number 1. And I'm here with my broadcast partner. Along with me, I have it across with Willie and of course, you all the name for it. As you may have just recognized it before, which believes it or now, they will change it to be anything with Cool on the base. Here to start, Bouchard will send it over to Ekholm. He swings it off to Bouchard. Find it over to Draisaitl, and he'll get to send it off to Arvidsson as he sends it over to Hyman. Hyman goes down, rebound by Hayview as he'll give it over to Barbashev. And Jack Eichel's right toward the wing. Went down, rebound by Draisaitl, now finds it to Hyman. Hyman makes his way down, right toward wing. Pass off, this one gives it over now back to Jack Eichel. Rebound by Hayview as he's over now to Saad. That goes way deep, and this will be rebounded by Bouchard. The Oilers will have it changed. Young finds Jeff Skinner off to Leon Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl gets wrapped around the head. Tries to work its way across. Pietrangelo gives it over to Hayview with a big knockdown, rebounded by Hayview. And this one sends over to Saad as he gives it Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo gets knocked right toward the wing. Stolen by Howden. And the first goal is scored by Skinner wasn't able to make it in. That one was the first one that goal for Brett Howden as he had his 4th goal in the playoffs. That was a really great start to get that one off Philly, but that was the first goal range with a big sign-off to take in. Now he's got his 5th goal in the playoffs. So far right now, we have one of the big takes in as Vegas Golden Knights up to start right now. Now the win, here's Nurses, he will have that over. Passes off to Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins right to the wing will fire that one around net. And as for now, Janmark sets the Klingberg as he'll fire that one. Stays up by Hill. And he stops that one by Hill.
First goal of the game, unassisted, score by number 21,
and here's Hurdle right to the wing. Moves inside. Shot saved by Skinner.
Time to goal. 2:02 remaining in the first period. Brett Howden, his 5th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game, scored unassisted by the team at 2:02 in the playoffs.
Klingberg spins across, and right to the middle, Brown shot blocked. Rebound by Shea Theodore as he gives it over to Tomas Hurdle. Dorfiev, shot. This one misses off wide as Nurse will have it in. There's a... What happened? That one really has to give that one a better start. And with that, this is now it's going to turn on to make the good start for the other 2 O's. I thought they was going to give it back to the goaltender to try to reset it. As he bumbles up right toward the zone, he will fire that one across. Now finds Enrique. Kulak shot. That one redirects it as Compton in with the rebound as the beginning. Kulak. Anderson fires it. Save up on the pad by Hill. Now Shea Theodore is right toward wing. And rebound by Kulak. He gives to Emberson. Finding Pakolson as he will have that zone over to Kapanen. Kapanen's right over to Henry. Henry shot. Saved by Hill. He'll catch it and will stop the play with only 16:22 remaining in the first. With an unexpected plays in the starting of the period, 2-0 will start for Vegas, as long with me, James Zabalski, and of course, Willie. I also have it across now to see what happens with the big change, as this will be D1 11. Now be soon enough. They're going to make
Florida Golden Knights, his third in the playoffs. First goal of the game, score unassisted. Number 16,
Good short shot, saved by Hill, rebound by McDavid.
Time and a goal, 2:54 remaining in the first period. Pavel Dorofeyev, his first goal in the game, third goal of the playoffs, score unassisted by a team in the first period at 2:54 in the playoffs.
It is a 2-0 game to start for Vegas. Win for McDavid as he has over now to Hyman. He'll fire that one swinging around the net to McDavid. McDavid at Ekholm as he gives to Bouchard. Bouchard finding Ekholm. Off to McDavid. McDavid looks it over. Now finds to Ekholm. Swings to get Arvidsson. Arvidsson went down. McDavid gets right after him. The piece over to Ekholm. Now finds Bouchard. And then here's Ekholm. Now finds to McDavid. McDavid fires it. Saved by Gill. That one will stop him when there's 15:30 remaining in the first period. And now with the next ticked off here for the face-off puck drop, Eichel and Draisaitl ready. Now Eichel wins the face-off, and his Hanifin will have it over to Olofsson. Olofsson lost that one as Nurse will send it again to Klingberg. Try to make the deep pass. Olofsson knocks it down. Whitecloud will take it over. And he sent the pass to Eichel. Eichel to Barbashev. Fires from the corner. Klingberg with a clear broken effort. We'll send it out. Icing's on the Edmonton Oilers with 15:04 remaining in the first. A lot of time left in the period. It still needs to be done here for Stuart Skinner as he wasn't able to be sure enough how that one would change. Well, I wouldn't see anything that was going to give that one knock it over. You know, Stuart Skinner was really not making a good adjustments here. That first period was a little slow to get that start. And what I did not even notice is this one was really all embarrassed out. They didn't start it really well making it clean. Yeah, I mean, they definitely really did. And when sometimes they would have done that far, it wasn't even cleared up. You know, if they would take the cake to go on goal, they would have to believe on it to make that good start affairs. Draisaitl with the puck. Nurse rebounds by Klingberg. And as the Oilers are back in the offense territory, you'll fire that one around the net. And back on ice will be Connor Perry. Yamar. Nurse shoots blocked. Rebound by Saad as the Golden Knights will have their change. Side. Nurse with the puck carry and now finds it over to Mateus Yamar as he gets to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins is right toward the wing as he'll have that deep zone. Lavoie takes the puck steal and Hurdle blocked it up. Oh, he knocked him over and it's right near the bench. Harvick just trying to get it off. Dorofeyev knocked him over. Edmonton Oilers grabs it back. Mateus Yamar right toward behind the net is Connor Brown. Here's Nurse, and he'll have to reset it here as Evan Bouchard will now have to give a swing off to Nurse as he sets the pass to Yamar. Yamar get a good cut here. Fires a shot, make the big save here by Aiden Hill. And Noah Hanifin right toward it again after Tomas Skirtle. Takes it in middle, shot glove save by Skinner. He'll keep it here with only 13-17 remaining in the first period to give a good start. Now I'm noticing the color in there. This is where the big start puts on. You know, McDavid's team is really what they all expect of all. Even though they're Canadian, the same color kind of reminds me of one of our same colors here from the team as we have the New York Knicks, and then the other one, New York Islanders. And then we have across this, the other one to take in was the New York Mets color. There's a little bit of little change here, but almost turned out to be the same, except for white. Well, I guess it's the same thing as white. I mean, they would have expected that this would be Edmonton Oilers to give that one a better chance. And with the same color, it's not really what they change optically entirely, but it's a little blend off color they were able to do. It's the same thing with some other teams here from different countries, and from America, and from the team, one team in Canada. And I wasn't even sure about it would be the same thing. Yeah, being honest about that, I wasn't really thinking it was going to be the same. So it had to be done right away at the same time, and hopefully by that, it will be enough easier to get it done. Here's McDavid, sets to Bouchard, as he now finds McDavid. McDavid pumps him down. Can't get it to go as Ivan Barbashev has it over to Pietrangelo, and as Eichel will now take it off. Big kick down. Close the gap. Bouchard takes to Kulak, and a deep pass to Henrique. No icing, as this will play continues. Hagee gives it to Pietrangelo. Here's Stone right toward wing, and give it back to Henrique. Emberson knocked it down. Rebound by Howden. And that one broke in the zone as Emberson with the rebounding. In middle is Kulak. Kulak pass broken by Howden. He looks over. That one gives back to Kulak again to Emberson. And it's over down to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl. Swing and miss this. This one gives back to Perry. Perry trying to regroup here, and as he now finds Darnell Nurse. Gets to Leon Draisaitl. And we'll keep that play alive as Jeff Skinner's behind the net. Klingberg sets it to Nurse. Draisaitl fires it. Glove save by Gill. Only 11:02 remaining in the first period. Was a big start afterward. That must have been what the take is. Some hard pressure. It's not really what they all expected now. This could be a lot. Hard danger happens. Now as the win for the Golden Knights, side will have it. As we're nearing the midway mark in the period, as we're Nurse, he'll grab it. Set it out of the zone, and Brown will take the charge for the puck, and he will now try to regroup it. And here's over now to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo on the rush. That one speeds over, and this one clears his own. Klingberg will have it over to Nurse. Nurse drops it over. Yarmark with the rebound over. And that's stick lifted. Dorofeyev with the puck control. Again to Hurdle. Here's Yarmark around the net. And as Nurse will have it, he gives it to Yarmark. That one broke the chain. Rebound by Yarmark. Again to Nurse. He looks over to Brown. The Oilers are back in offensive territory. Klingberg right toward wing. Finds Arvidsson. Fires a shot. Blocker save by Gill. Klingberg kicks off to Ekholm, and he'll try to reset it again as one of the defensive players might be taking it away from it. Yeah, indeed so. I mean, they wouldn't just change it often in the long timing. There's no change to be better, and they did. Bouchard finds Arvidsson, and Arvidsson now finds it over to Ekholm. Ekholm looks to Brown. Brown chance to Arvidsson. Arvidsson shot. That's easy save. Rebound in. McNabb takes it over. With a broken stick, here's Dorofeyev. And Bouchard has it out. Knocked him down. Rebound by Dorofeyev. And that one slipped it too soon as McDavid has it over. The deep pass to Hyman. Hyman gets right toward the wall. That one's just going to make him hurt. Oh, that one bad out of the rookie zone. There was no change that was really going to give that a knockoff on right toward the near the wall. That wasn't a big change that they were doing this. Chance stopped by Skinner. Under 9 minutes remaining in the first period, they'll get ready for another puck drop. Alright, sending it over to the center ice. Me from 11. What's your take here?
Alright guys, thank you so much. Talking in for Jack Eichel, as he's one of the big unstoppable forces, as he's really chosen it to make anything that's possible. The big change is that he gives it a captain, one of the big ones to take in for the night. What his make now is what he chooses to make and do is the Golden Knights on a victory. Their zone is a spot up to make that happen. I'll find out about it here for Jack Eichel, whether the unstoppable or the powerless drive to make it. Back to you guys. Now Gill will stop here with only nearing the 8:30 mark in the first period. The status here for Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Zach Hyman. These three players are definitely one of the X-Factor players that they all been starting it often to. What they don't realize is that they really changed it, being right in the zones with the great changing offensive stride. I was really sure that this made a hard change-up to give this one a good chance. What sometimes they don't know is they just really have to play it like they did for. And Leon Draisaitl will have it over. Battling for the loose puck. And Whitecloud will have it over. Draisaitl, puck back.
Over now to Emberson. Sends it over to Ekholm. Ekholm sets to Emberson. Draisaitl, a chance. This one will not be on it as Emberson gives to Ekholm. Ekholm finds Emberson. Fires it. He scores! Ty Emberson will have his first goal, and this will be his first playoff goal of the night playing against the Golden Knights. Ty Emberson was not really what they were expected to do, and that's why his first goal was a big start off for the Edmonton Oilers. This one seems to be like it's always Emberson way. When this happens with this goal, it's one way to have that one with the new chains. Possible is a great chance shooting, and he has that first goal in the playoffs. So that was a great start afterwards, and for Mattias Ekholm, he got that one with a great look. Just how incredible that is. That's the first goal for Emberson. He finally gets his first playoff goal. He's looking to get 2 more. Here's Bouchard. He'll have it over to Enrique and pass to Bakolzin. Bakolzin fires around the net, kind of like over to Kapanen. As he gives it over to Henrique, he gives to Ekholm. Ekholm finds over to Henrique Kapanen. And that one was raced it out and zipped the zone. And it's rebounded up
Score
by
for the Edmonton Oilers. His first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Scored by number 49, Ty Emberson. Assisted by number 14, Mattias Ekholm. And by number 90, Corey Barrett. Time in a goal in the first period, 12-11.
And that one will tie that up to start the first period as they're all even up. You see that big on a thunderclapper? This was the big fire one. You hear that slacker? Zing! That's right passing the goaltender. And that's a great thunderclap in for Evan Bouchard as he really has given up another playoff goal. He'll now get his third in a playoff game. He really has to stamp that one with a great news. The big change has happened with most games as Emberson and, of course, Bouchard. He delivers his third goal in the playoffs as he's looking for his 5th goal in the playoffs, stuck up with Connor McDavid. Arvidsson for the lead, saved by Hill. And McDavid will have it again to Bouchard as this one comes in. First 2 goals was the Golden Knights, and then the next 2 was the Edmonton Oilers. McDavid will set it across in. We'll try to reset to Bouchard as he gives to Hyman. Hyman, right down. Rebound by Nurse. And you have that ball in. Back behind the pass over. He gives it off to Hyman. Hyman pass over to McDavid. McDavid, no slowing down on the defensive traffic.
Score for Edmonton Oilers. His 3rd goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game, scored by number 2, Evan Bouchard.
Watching an offside
assisted by number 14, Mattias Ekholm. And by number 19, Adam Henrique. Time in the goal, 12:48 remaining in the first period. Evan Bouchard, his 3rd goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Ekholm and Henrique in the first period at 12:48 in the playoffs.
I was going to change it oftenly. Connor McDavid's really like having a use of his harder, aggressive drive in this attacker range. It's not really like the easy way to pick it off. What they don't seem to like it was the big drive in the game. And what they don't seem to care about is they just have to believe on that they wanted to lose their focus. And what they don't seem to do it for is they really have to get on to the next level to make that one go back afterward. They just need to keep on things going back in. Kulak from outside as he has it again to McDavid. Good cut motion here to Brown as he'll have it to Emberson and back to McDavid. McDavid gives to Janmark. Right to the corner is Kulak. And Brown has it back to Emberson. He looks to Janmark and finds Kulak. Kulak shot saved by Hill. 5:06 remaining in the first period. He'll hold things up to get ready for their cut shot. Alright, the other side we are going for is the one of our biggest, Leon Draisaitl. Me from 11, all yours. Thanks, folks. When we talk about Leon Draisaitl, it's one of our big one-time abilities to bring a one-team motion. The good key is that he makes it a great clearer to have it all. And for Draisaitl, he was the big hero of the game as he wins off his first OT against the Florida Panthers by an overtime, and they were starting to let the electric fan go wild as they weren't able to make that to ensure that they were able to do it often. I was pretty sure that Leon Draisaitl really has it all, but his next coverage of the game might be a next take in. Let's see what happens with Leon Draisaitl. That's you guys. Now it's Eichel with the puck in with only 4:22 remaining in the first period. He'll have it right toward the wing. Pass to McNabb, shots blocked up, and Kulak takes over. Rebound by Emberson, and back to Kulak. Brett Kulak again to Perry. Deep the pass to Jeff Skinner. McNabb off to Pulser. Pulser dumps it out. In 4-minute territory for the Emberson. As they're past the 4-minute mark in the first period, he'll have it again to Henrique. Henrique, pass broken up. Puck holds it with a rebound. Gets knocked over, Henrique with again the puck holds it, and he will fire that one around the net. Pearson, lose the effort, puck holds it in the middle. What a save by Gill. Whitecloud will have that one back, and again to Pulser. Pulser pass to Ruau. Ruau pass to McNabb, shot in, saved by Skinner, and it's rebound by Bouchard. It's back to Henrique, and now it's Ekholm again to Kapanen. Can't get the pass over to Pakolzin. Ruau sets the stone. Another hit for the Oilers. Brian Nugent-Hopkins after back again to Bouchard, and Ekholm right toward wing. Has that pass around again to Brown, and he'll have that again to Nugent-Hopkins to Bouchard. Back behind the pass to Nugent-Hopkins. Brown shoots, blocked the shot on a defensive traffic. Side right over again to Stone. And here's Nugent-Hopkins. He's off halfway again to Bouchard and back to Janmark. Janmark is right toward away as he gets to Ekholm. You'll find Brown. Brown shoots from the corner range, stopped by Hill with 2:39 remaining. Officials are grabbing the puck in, 85/82 for the Paxton effectiveness for the Golden Knights. Not a win for the Golden Knights as Petrangelo's right toward the wing, give it over to Stone. He'll dump that out. Nurse will have it, and it's off to Klingberg. Klingberg finds McDavid. McDavid right toward the wall. We'll have that puck back, and off to Zach Hyman. Hagee takes it over. Now the Golden Knights will have it. They'll send it over to Side. Side. Toward corner. Behind the net, and back out front is Petrangelo. Stone covers it up. Trying to battle for the loose puck. Right toward middle, he scores! Thomas Hurdle with a quick running play. Right toward wall. They have a lead for one. I thought that was able to get that in through, and that was Thomas Hurdle. He really found the pass, and he now has his fourth goal in the playoffs. That was sure that was going to get in right toward the leadoff. You know, Thomas Hurdle was really giving it over to, and his goal was the pass up right to Skinner. That was one of the next goals that they were taking it in. Sometimes you don't make the win, sometimes you make this one happen. Thomas Hurdle is fourth goal in the playoffs as he has his first goal in the game to give it a solid and break the chain in the first period. With under 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Draisaitl finds Skinner. Skinner, Draisaitl, kicked it in, trying to get to Skinner. Big stop here by Aiden Hill. And the blocker saved me by Aiden Hill. That's a great stoppage afterwards. What I never noticed about Aiden Hill, he was really giving it all when he can. That's a great stoppage that they're looking for. Now Draisaitl with the rebound again with only 90 seconds remaining in the first period. He'll have it to Emerson, and now finds Kulak, gives to Skinner, looks to Draisaitl. Back to Kulak. Kulak finds a pass to Skinner. Skinner shoots. Bring the goalpost out of here!
Time in a goal, 18:03 in the first period. Thomas Hurdle, his fourth goal of the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Mark Stone and Alex Petrangelo in the first period at 18:03 in the playoffs. There's only 1 minute remaining in the first period.
Again to Kulak. And Skinner will give it to Emberson. Big knock down. There is no cross-checking here for the Oilers. Oh, that was a little almost unslacky. That'd probably be nasty. What a goal for Janmark. Well, Matthias Janmark hasn't able to score his goal, and now he definitely does. That will be his first goal in the playoffs, as he really has it all. And he was not really sure that he was able to get that one in. And you know, Janmark was really giving off to a nice set. He just got 2 goals in the playoffs. He might have to get another try if he pulls it up with the next goal. So Eichel wins the face-off, as it's now a tie game 3-3. You'll have it
score for Edmonton Oilers, his first goal of the game. Second goal in the playoffs. Score by number 13, Matthias Janmark.
Oh, this is by number 28, Connor Brown.
7 goal, 19-15 remaining in the first. Matthias Janmark, the second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game assisted by Brown. In the first period at 19-15 in the playoffs.
To Ekholm and finding Brown. Brown shoots. Blocked with stop made by Ian Hill as Bouchard kicks over to Nugent Hopkins. Time wasting down. Ekholm. Chance for the lead. Nugent Hopkins. Shot saved by Hill. Bouchard. One last chance from deep, and that will stop by Hill. It is a tie game and a big start after a little start off bad, and this one gets it off to even a game. It's a 3-3 Edmonton Oilers and the Golden Knights. Be back soon after this. Welcome back, everybody, as we're ready to get started with the second period in T-Mobile Arena. And here we go. We're all hydrated up, set for ice, and set for period 2. Alright, I know that was a little bit uneven to start for the first period, because the Golden Knights had that one with the first start for 2-0 lead, and one was the error one. How did that happen with the first period in this, guys? Well, I was really sorry enough that this wasn't able to make the right change, and whatever the concerns with, this is what happens when they don't play it exactly right. You know, they were really across from it at the same time. They just didn't think it was not easy enough to try to keep it from range from out of it this, right timing does happen to everybody. And it doesn't really able to get off to a good start. It's just how hard, but they really can't participate to get that off, to tie this up. And this one is not turning to do so well. If they really need to get that one, another chance. Yeah, I totally agree with James Cebulski. I wasn't really sure that it was going to change it, but they really got to get it further. Oh, we see what happens with that last play. That was Skinny and Cross, and now one gets away from Skinner, and he now has another goal in the playoffs. He just outscored him. He's really on that hustle. He's looking for his next goal. I think they want to shot down the Edmonton Oilers. They couldn't get this thing started right away, so they got to find a regroup here. The Golden Knights are back up in a lead. A lot of close contention right in the range, because the puck was able to skip across. Stuart Skinner couldn't hold on to that, so he had to try to do it the right way thing, and at the same time, there was no way to get it open to. So that's what did happen. Yep, indeed so. Was it really easy to get through? Stopped by the glove, save by Skinner. 18:35 remaining in the second period to start off in for after the puck drop. These teams are definitely really hard to beat for. Remember the last postseason? Because the first game was right in the range, just the Edmonton Oilers had definitely won that first game. And it was not easy when they really had to change it oftenly the entire time. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I mean, just to, it doesn't really happen with most of the games, and what they don't consider it is how they would play it oftenly. The entire time needs to be the right judgment to give it off with another playoff inbounding with its own goal. I wouldn't be able to see that change if that would have been the right thing to do for it. Well, it's definitely what they could definitely consider it now. Was the real or definitely not the real thing, the most thing in the world? You know what sometimes you don't get? They just don't play it, and for the Canadian teams, it gets hard out of the way. No possible, no chance. Kulak sets to Draisaitl, and Draisaitl's right toward wing. Right around the back, stopped by Gill, as he'll cover it in with only 17:53 remaining in the second period. Hopkins wins the faceoff as now Emerson will give to Matthias Janmark. Now Janmark again to Emerson as he gives to Kulak and to Brown on the backhander. Easy save by Aiden Hill. Full pressure's on for the Oilers. Ekholm shoots saved by Aiden Hill. Only 17:36 remaining in the second period. They'll get some time off to get the next puck drop. Still a lot of time left in the period. They still need to get this one up straight to give that one a go-ahead goal. Rascal Lavoie. Rascal Lavoie as he's have that one sitting out of the zone.
Guardian Golden Knights, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Scored by number 49, Ivan.
Rebound by Ekholm. And he's back over to Bouchard. Trying to make his way in.
7, Alex.
And rebounded by Janmark. Ekholm
and
finds
by number
Hyman.
14, Nicholas.
Slides it back, finds Ekholm. He'll give another look to
Time to
Janmark.
goal, 1 minute and 6 seconds.
Janmark
Ivan
down.
Barbashev, his fourth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game,
Barbashev.
assisted by Alex Petrangelo and Nicholas
K.
Kagyu in the second period at 1:06 in the playoffs.
Connor McDavid's back out. Knocked him down. McDavid will go get it. And it's right around the net as he gives it off to Ekholm. Send a deep pass to Arvidsson. And now Lyman fires it, saved by Hill. 16:32 remaining in the second period as they'll hold things up again. Still a lot of time to get there, and they still haven't found any goals yet with the Edmonton Oilers. As for now, Connor McDavid is stuck in as he has a couple of his playoff goals made. His third, 3 goals in the playoff game. Well, wasn't seeming that was going to change it off there too soon. You know, if that was happening with Connor McDavid, if he was able to get this one, a nice chance. You know, when they need to get this one chance their test tube, it's because they needed some precision. Timing just right. Use the time wisely. Local Lanes battle. After the broken steal for the Oilers, here's Klingberg as he gives it to Perry. Perry avoids the spill on the tackle, and Nurse will have it. Nurse goes down right toward the board, and Draisaitl out of Golden Knights attack right here. What a big spin move here, and now White Cloud will have it to Ruau. Stick lifted by Nurse. Carries that one out, back to Perry, and he now finds Henry. Henry shuffles the motion. We'll have it over to Kapanen. Kapanen, pass to Kulak, fires it, save play by Gill. Puck Colson right over it again to Emerson. Here's Henry, shoots it, save on a pad by Aiden Hill. And Stone right over now to Saad. Saad in trouble. Rebound by Stone, and now here's Ruau. Ruau went down. Emerson takes over, now finds to Kulak. Kulak pass to Henrique. Henrique gets pushed over by Petrangelo, and it's another big low moment by the Edmonton Oilers, and 3 in a row as Bouchard tries to give it over. Well, there's a lot of clearing rebounds, and there was not really what the change has been up to. There's a biggest hit. Not everybody can definitely be one, but they have to choose it wisely. Hill stops that puck with only 14:34 remaining in the second period as they'll get ready for another puck drop. A lot of time up in this period. Still a 4-3 game. And as for a win, we'll put it up for the Oilers. Janmark will set to Ekholm. Bouchard have to regroup here to Brown. The backhander trying to get over for deflection. This one sets back to Hurdle. Hurdle to Lavoie. That one is raced out. Echo. That one skips across, and it's rebounded up by Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins right toward wing. Has the middle and batting back on a save by Aiden Hill. And it's back to Arvidsson again to Bouchard. Bouchard's really giving a good use of the message. That was the big save, but they're really going to take it. And they're going to get it. Bouchard takes over, now finds Arvidsson. Arvidsson crosses in the line. And that one gives over by Lavoie. Again to Dorofiev. Dorofiev with a big hit. Mateus Ekholm finds it over to Victor Arvidsson. Deep pass in, saved by Gill. And McDavid, he tried to get another goal, but it didn't work for him. You're really going to keep on playing afterwards. Connor McDavid's really like onto a speedy muscle. McDavid, Kulak shot, stopped by Aiden Hill. Whitecott takes the chance, and now the other way goes for the Vegas Golden Knights. Eichel stopped by Skinner, and he'll cover it with only 13-12 remaining in the second period. So, Connor McDavid has 4 goals in the playoffs. He's looking for his 5th in the game, and if he does, he'll have 5 goals in the playoffs. We'll try to see about that one here soon, so we may not know how this will happen, but they will play it afterward. Yeah, it's been always been like a trouble, and what they don't really seem to know for, they just don't really have to care for that. They just need to be playing it for the right decision making. Victor Olofsson has it over to Eichel, and here's Olofsson, shot stopped by Skinner with only 12:43 remaining. Lots of time left in the period. 51-42, Edmonton Oilers with the hit. Leon Draisaitl wins the face-off. And back to Draisaitl. That one sticks out of his own, and Barbashev will have it in the wing. Give the regroup to Eichel. Eichel shot back on a save play by Skinner. He'll send it out of here. And now an icing will appear on Edmonton Oilers with only 12:22 remaining in the second period. All it takes now is making the next one go by. 4-3 still to score. Another win for Leon Draisaitl. Try to roll in for Stone backhander, stop by Skinner. Now Jeff Skinner will have it to Darnell Nurse, and he's off to Klingberg. Klingberg with the race on mounting, and it's back to Whitecloud as he sets the sod with 12 minutes in the books. Skinner takes over. Their rebound by Howden. That one big stop pad on a save. Golden Knights on full pressure. Another big kick here. Skinner's over to Nurse. Here he comes. Perry shoots. Glove stop by Gill. He'll have that one carried in. And just nearing the 11:30 mark in a second, as he didn't take the midway mark in the period, they'll try that up again. Now the win for the Golden Knights, as Pietrangelo will be able to try to clear that one out, and off to Hague. Hague toward Wayne. That one gets back to Bouchard. And Hyman takes over it. Howden now has it over to Stone. Giving a big pitch up on it. Zach Hyman takes it off. And McDavid will have it in. Wiped it down. Bouchard with the rebound. Gives some deep coast to Mateus Ekholm, saved by Gill on the glove snatch. 11:10 remaining in the second. We all know that happens with every part of the game, but let's say this. Mateus Ekholm was not really the best player that you have to do for, but Connor McDavid, he's overrated with everybody else. They wouldn't change his mind. They would say that, well, if we all give a good salute for him, and for the big change, he was not always that different, they would have to be like that. Well, being playing this has been Connor McDavid. He's really been playing on over 1,000 goals in his career. The entire time was really like nothing to be out there, playing forever since that was going to change. But until then, he really had showing it off and playing for one of his Canadian League teams before making his draft for the NHL. That's why it did happen. He really had that one coming back in. Now, indeed so. I mean, I was noticing that Connor McDavid, it was really like big on set, big push off. It was nowhere to be near, but they really had shown it off at the right time of the score. This face-off was really like giving everybody a slowdown, and until that, they will have to make this one hard and harder. Now it's the wing. Here's Emberson as he gets to Kulak. Kulak pass to Emberson. And off to Henry. Henry shot with a rebound in. Stop by Gill. He'll stop this one with a diving play. Just 10-10 remaining. Now you can see what happened with Aiden Hill. That one was a big save. This dive action was right toward between the legs. And you know, that's a big reach what you have to do for him. And that one redirects it off and just covers the pad. That's right in there. Big save puts up for Aiden Hill, and you really have that one slippery in to try to cover it. Aiden Hill trying to watch his way down. 8:15 and over 1:35 for the Golden Knights. Henrique with the win. He'll have it off to Emberson. Emberson gives to Kulak. Kulak, shot, blocked, rebound by Kapanen. And it's now back to Emberson, gives to Kulak. Again Emberson. He's off to Kulak. Kulak shoots. That broke in the stick. Rebounded up by Barbashev. I don't think that didn't break the stick afterward. I felt like that was a little radical moment. Maybe it may not be, then. Well, I definitely would agree. I don't think I didn't break the stick. Henry with the ball inbounding. And here's Olofsson as he rushes right toward his zone. Ekholm takes over. He now finds Zach Hyman. Hyman rolls inbound and will tie the play in with Hill with 9:21 remaining in a second. Now it's another game here. Oilers trail by 1. Vegas trail by 1. Now the win for the Vegas Golden Knights. You'll find Saad. McDavid on his way. Sprinting down. Right towards zone. Leaves it out of the mark. McDavid will have it over. And it's back over. Howden. Bouchard. And it'll be a penalty. That's going to be a start on the Vegas Golden Knights. Oh, that's a bad idea to make the start afterwards. The Golden Knights seem to be not happy afterward. That's where the first penalty will start. What a stop by Aiden Hill. And you'll have that one keeping alive here as McDavid will have it across in right toward wing. Back to Bouchard. Perry's right toward wing. And now Bouchard will swing it off to Arvidsson. Arvidsson needs some regroup here. Again, Ekholm. Ekholm finds it over to Bouchard. Pass keeps it going. McDavid finds Ekholm. Ekholm looks at the chart as he gives it back to Hyman. The give and go look to McDavid. He'll send it around the net, finding Ekholm. Bouchard shot blocked, but McDavid scores! The rebound has been knocked in as McDavid, his 4th goal in the playoffs, now has his 5th. Well, it didn't really turn out and no power play to give. Now as for McDavid as he really gets his 5 goals in the playoffs. He really was looking at afterwards, and that one was right into the net. Great chance here. That McDavid was really like giving it afterwards. It wasn't really the big change that was going to knock him out. McDavid seemed to be clear, and this one was rolled in. Passed right toward the net, and this is another goal that they put a tie on their range. So Connor McDavid gets his 5th goal in the playoffs, 1st goal of the game after Bouchard with the assist. Yeah, it definitely does so. I mean, that really was to explain things for Connor McDavid. He wasn't really sure that was going to make it in there, but if there was a save, they could have got a power play goal and tied that one up. Feeders over the side. Right toward the wall. Skinner finds it over to Nurse as he gives to Draisaitl. Draisaitl off to Perry. Perry behind the pass to Klingberg as he gives to Nurse. A change over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl finds Nurse. Gives to Klingberg. Fires that shot. Hit off his teammate. Rebound like save play by Gill.
Score for the Edmonton Oilers. His fourth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 97, Connor McDavid. Assisted by number 2, Evan Bouchard. And by number 14, Matthias Ekholm. Time of the goal, 11:42 remaining in the second period. Connor McDavid, his fourth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Bouchard and Ekholm in the second period at 11:42 in the playoffs.
Rebound by side. Lost that one. Rebound with the Klingberg. Gives off to Connor Brown. Here's the set to Nugent Hopkins. This one stopped made by Gill with only 7:02 remaining in the second period. They're up and ready to do it again. It is a tie game in Vegas. It's now a 4-4 game. Here's Pietrangelo. He finds over the hurdle. Tomas Girdle swings to over the left way on a shot. What a save by Skinner! He made that one look easier, but that one was a big reach on play. Oh, that one was really like on a wicked shot. That one was really on the highest and bounding. What a great shutdown. Dorfias shoots saved by Skinner. 6:33 remaining in the second period. We'll get ready for another puck drop. And with the win, here's Hague. Lose that one as Buckhosen with the rebound in. This one will keep the zone out. And a rebound by Vegas Golden Knights as Pietrangelo has it to Barbashev. Barbashev. Into wing finding Eichel. Pass to Olofsson. Same play! And you're not going to get a goal. There is the goaltender interference. That's going to be on Skinner. I bet that's the right call. Yes, he was. He was right on the goaltender. He was like pushing it off. And that is not the goal like you really wanted to start that off. And this is definitely a bad start for the Golden Knights.
There was determined that there was a goaltender interference and the puck was in the net. Therefore, we have a no goal.
They did confirm it. That was right on the man. And you're not supposed to knock the goaltender out. You just have to stay out of a crease hit. Otherwise, this will be a goaltender interference. So the Golden Knights are a little upset here, and this one will have a chance to put back for the lead. Now McDavid will have it. Sprinting forward, stopped by Adin Hill. Whitecloud takes it over, now finds it again to Barbashev. Knocked him down, Hyman with the rebound. Over to Victor Arvidsson. And then that side of the net. And here's McDavid right toward in the wing. Pass to Bouchard. Back home shots blocked. Bouchard. Finds McDavid. Back to Ekholm. Hyman on the chance. Pat save play by Gill as he's over to Whitecloud. 5:30 remaining in the second period as Barbashev's right to the wing. And it's now back to Victor Arvidsson. He looks to Hyman. Hyman. Chance to McDavid. Didn't get through. Barbashev right toward the wing as he sets the pass over to Olofsson. Olofsson. Pass to Barbashev. Looks his way through. Bouchard sets to Skinner. Skinner makes his way through. Fire around the net. Connor Perry right toward the wing as he gets to Bouchard. Finding Matthias Ekholm with under 5 minutes. And he will be stick lifted, and it's a slash going to be on Jack Eichel. He's in the penalty box. This is
2-minute penalty on the Vegas Golden Knights on a slashing.
Really making a great release bid to have for Jack Eichel. He's really making a slash, and it's not going to turn it the right way to get there through. Now the power play will be starting on for the Edmonton Oilers. With no power play goal, they'll now have their power play. Now it's the
Vegas penalty, number 9. 2 minutes on a slashing on Jack Eichel. Time of the penalty on the Vegas Golden Knights in the second period, 4:56.
What a goal for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He'll have his first goal in the playoffs. They'll now get their lead up for one, a power play goal. This time it was a big reaction to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins as he gets his first goal in the playoffs. He really was sure that it was not easy enough to maintain it. This pressurizes for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with his first goal in the playoffs, and now with his power play goal, it was the big start off to get things right on top. So the Oilers have the break-in point. It is a 5-4 game with Nugent-Hopkins' first goal in the playoffs. Draisaitl wins the face-off as Bouchard will have it again to at home. As he now finds Skinner again in Bouchard, he looks to Connor Perry. Barbashev takes it over with only 4:39 remaining. Big rumble down as he gets physical. And oh boy, another penalty will be on the Golden Knights. With their first power play goal, it will now be the Oilers again. Well, it wasn't a great start afterward. That was just right just only like 5 seconds on the penalty, or 6 seconds. I'm not sure if that was going to change it, but that is not going to do it the right way to get through. That one was big and crucial to get through. At home, off to Bouchard, right to Draisaitl's shot, stopped by Eichel, and he's going back to the penalty box. With Aiden Hill with the assist, Eichel will be number
2-minute penalty!
Yeah,
One of the Vegas Golden Knights was slashing.
That was not going to start it often. And it looks like with this power play, we're going to keep things going again. And Eichel is in the penalty box. He got a slash with only 4:34 time on the penalty on this box, and nobody is ever going to like it at all.
Vegas penalty, number 9, 2 minutes on a slashing on Jack Eichel. Time of the penalty in the second period, 4:34 in the playoffs. That's a Vegas Golden Knights penalty on number 9, Jack Eichel for the 2-minute slashing. Time of the penalty in the second period, 4:34 in the playoffs. That means your Golden Knights are in the penalty kill.
Brown holds the pause. In middle, Henry, glove saved by Gill. 3:32 remaining in the second period. They'll be ready to get their new enforcement regroup on the way. Henry wins the face-off. He looks over
Score for the Edmonton Oilers. His first goal in the playoffs. Score on a power play. Number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Assisted by number 28, Connor Brown, and by number 2, Evan Bouchard. Top of the goal for the Oilers power play, 15-10 in the second. That's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on a power play goal, his first goal in the playoffs. Assisted by Connor Brown and Bouchard in the second period on a power play minute for Edmonton at 15-10 in the playoffs.
56 seconds for the Oilers power play. Right to the middle of the Brown, shot saved by Gill. With a rebound by Murau, and he will send out his own out of here. What considers that one now is a big percentage on the play. That one was able to get that one staggered. He wasn't really sure that was going to be in the side of his own, but that's a big save for the Vegas Golden Knights team. Hopkins for 2, stop made by Gill, and they'll cover in with under 30 seconds for the Oilers power play, and nearing the 2:30 mark in the second period. Now they're ready to do it again. Oilers up front, 5-4. Here's McDavid. And Draisaitl, shot saved by Gill on a snatch. Only 24 seconds for the Oilers power play. And they'll be right into the other side of the left corner bottom on the other side for another face-off. Now the win for the Golden Knights, McNabb will have it over. That one keeps his own out. And Snurks will send it over to Hyman. He knocks that one down. Stone wipes him out. Echo with the rebound. Only 10 seconds remaining. Jack Eichel's almost ready to get back out. McDavid spins a move. That shot and is poked up, and the end of the power play will be on for the Edmonton Oilers. It will be 2-0, 1-2 for Edmonton. Great stop saves. It was really what Aiden Hill was making them do. But this one power play was not the easy way that they were changing it off to. Would they really didn't expect to play for this? I don't believe so. They would give it off to a right course, and there was no way to make that one go in fruition. This really must have made that one knock things out for the Edmonton Oilers. They would have another goal to try to snipe it in, up by 2. Connor Brown's right toward wing. Over now to Yarmark. Yarmark looking for his third goal in the playoffs. Nugent Hopkins' shot's been tipped out. It's back to Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins finds it to Klingberg. And Kulak shots. Pat save, rebound in. That one taken out. And blocked by Girdle. What a big save on the Unleash Chaos in the second period.
There's 1 minute left to play in the second period.
That one was really been out of the way. No stopping to this effort. And they just didn't think it was going to be enough to get right toward the wing. That one was really way out of here. And they didn't realize that was going to be another goal. Didn't think it was going to be clear to give that one a good look. Klingberg fires around the net. And Kulak sent it deep, and that will be out of reach. The Theodore will take over. 130 seconds remaining again in the round. The Oilers have it back. Edmonton's back in the Vegas territory. McNabb, broken by Nurse. Klingberg, right to the wing. Here's Arvidsson, shot up and over the net. Klingberg has it again to Hyman as he now finds Nurse. Nurse shoots blocked, and that will end the second period. 5-4 to score, Edmonton. Power play goal gets him ahead for Nugent Hopkins. That was another nice change. We'll be right back with the third period right after this break. If you're just joining us in, we're about to start the third period in Vegas. To finish things off here for the first game of the second round, as this one was not easy enough to take in, the Edmonton Oilers been kicking off the dust here to finish things in the first period. And then it was the second period. And then now, the third period will change it in if this finish will come in true. Let's have your thoughts with it, guys. About what happened with Ryan Nugent Hopkins to take a lead up for 5-4. Well, really what they said now for Ryan Nugent Hopkins, he was settling his score in, and he really had given it all a nice chance. This feed-off was impressed by anybody that they were really have been like turning it off. What I did not notice is this one was really like a hard chain that they really had done it for. And this time, oftenly, it was not really the big set that they really had choose everything. Most likely, I was able to see that biggest play drive that they ever been doing it for. And what sometimes with Connor McDavid, he really has to show it off for 5 goals in the playoffs, as he really has it all. And now he did. But another part of a huge chain, it was big ones to take on for some slacking and danger attacks. This zone was incredibly crazy. So don't try to mind them if they do fall. Alright, I won't do anything. Same with that. It can't get worse than that. If you take Sekholm as he over now to Skinner. Skinner's right toward the wing as he's fired up and across around the net. And Bouchard has it off to Ekholm, finds Nugent Hopkins. Finds Ekholm. That one sticks up. Bouchard fires, saved by Gill. Gill stopped that puck with only 18-16 remaining in the third. Off to another attacking faceoff. It is a lot of much time to get things in for the Vegas Golden Knights before it comes to an even strength before the 15-minute mark. Nurse gets to Klingberg, and he's off down the Yarmark. Spins around under Nugent Hopkins, shot glove snatch here by Hill, with only 18:06 remaining in the third. Now, don't forget, folks, we have our next game. That's going to be game number 2. For our next part of the matchup, we will be able to find out with our next team as the Panthers will be able to take on against the other team of the Ottawa Senators. That'll be part of our next game coverage here before the next game, as this will be the Stars facing against the Jets on the other side. And then the next 2 games will be on the tape for the New Jersey Devils as they'll face against the Washington Capitals back at Capital One Arena. And then finally, with that being concluded, will be the Edmonton Oilers facing against the Golden Knights again back at the same location just like the last game. Nugent Hopkins has it over to Nurse and now finds Hyman. Slayton with the save play. Hyman shot saved by Hill. 17-16 remaining in the third period. So that'll be all games here underway to get your eyes on the coverage, only on 7-Piece. Never miss a moment here by subscribing to his channel. If you don't, somebody will do it for you. Here's McDavid as he gives it off to Klingberg as he sets the nurse. Finds Arvidsson. Arvidsson to Klingberg. And here's McDavid. Fires it, saved by Gill. Got a little back step here, and not right toward forward, but he definitely did a nice back step to just try to leave it away. Yeah, it's a good idea for Connor McDavid as he wasn't really thinking he was going to play it off. At the same time, in locating what the use hard angle is, this wasn't really sure how it was going to make it in there. But that definitely did stay out really good. Stopped inbounding, Hyman. Gives to Arvidsson. Fires that one out of net. As Hyman will have that one in. We'll have to reset the group here as Kulak is right toward wing. And now around the net will be the Oilers. He sets to Emberson. Emberson pass to Hyman. Hyman leaks it out. Now finds Kulak. Kulak gets knocked in. Rebound by Draisaitl. And Kulak has it again to Skinner. Skinner. Pass Anderson. Shoots. Saved by Gill. Back to Draisaitl. Rolls to Foyle. And now the save puts in by Aiden Hill. Draisaitl. Kulak. Anderson fires it. Save play again for the Aiden Hill on the Golden Knights. Wasn't really seeming that that was going to change. I wouldn't say that this would have been like hard to get through. And that's a big save that I was able to see things. Shot saved up by Skinner. Here's Kulak, sets the Denault. Speeds the cross right around the net. Now a rebound by Perry. Draisaitl has it back. Tornado shot, glove snatched by Aiden Hill. Only 15-13 remaining in the third period. That one was really way tricky enough. And that one with another goal, they couldn't leave the mark out of it without being done. Nugent Hopkins wins the face-off. Back off to Janmark. And off to Bouchard, finding Brown. Brown fires it, blocked the shot, rebounded by Olofsson. 15 minutes remaining as we pass the 5-minute mark in the third period. Eichel passes over, glove snaps, and forward. That was no change when he makes the take pass over the Harvard, and this pass play was not easy to get that through. So realizing now Jack Eichel is setting up another goal in the game. He really took everything all across from here. Now it is for Eichel as he sets it over to McNabb. He will find Olofsson. Closes up for a lead, saved by Skinner. And rebound by Janmark as he'll have it over to Brown. Brown has it over. Pass that home. Finds Nugent Hopkins. And again to Bouchard. Bouchard has it to Janmark. And one-time shot stopped by Aiden Gill. McNabb again to Barbashev. Barbashev. On pass over to Petrangelo. In corner, finds Eichel. Eichel to McNabb. Shot. That blocked by Nugent Hopkins.
Score!
Arvidsson tried to grab it out of the way.
For the Golden Knights, his fourth goal and the playoff second goal of the game. Scored by number 49, Ivan
Arvidsson gives to Klingberg. Klingberg, Arvidsson,
Oh,
shot
assisted by
blocked,
number
Side with the
9.
rebound,
Shot.
again to Petrangelo,
Oh!
again to Stone. Stone, on his way down, saved by
Time of the
Skinner.
goal, 5 minutes and 6
McDavid
seconds
with
in the
rebound,
third.
back to Zach
Ivan
Hyman.
Barbashev, his
He's
4th
all
goal of the
alone,
playoffs, 2nd
2-on-1,
goal of the game, assisted by
Hill.
Jack Eichel
Right back
in
here
the
with
3rd
the Golden
period
Knights
at
with a wonderful
5:06 in the
save.
playoffs.
This really has been taking it on ever since then. It was close game, but this is no rematch that they were able to unlikely change everything. That one was really a hard pace to get right turn gear. I didn't believe that was going to make it in there. Jeff Skinner has it again to Kulak, and Draisaitl's back over to Jeff Skinner. Here's Emerson, shoots, blocked the shot on Leon Draisaitl. Kulak will now try to change the regroup here. And here's Howden with only 13 minutes remaining. Kulak to Skinner, and has it again to Perry. Perry pass, Emerson to Draisaitl. Fires it, saved by Gill. Moves from out. Ruout takes it over again to Kolzar. Kolzar looks at Hanifin. Shots it, stopped by Skinner. Misses away, and Emerson will try to handle it over. On a block shot, broken the stick, way outside, and he doesn't have it with him. Now he's going to play without it. Stopped by Ian Hill. Whitecloud takes off. Kapanen. Rebound by Enrique, and it's back to Bouchard. Bouchard to Kulak. Brett Kulak, pass broken up. Kapanen with the rebound. Trying to get back to Kulak. He rolls to Bouchard. We'll have to try to regroup from here again for the Edmonton Oilers. And now here's a look to Pakolzin again to Bouchard. Bouchard gets a little hit here, and it's back to Pakolzin. Deep to zone, right to the wing, knocked it down, rebound by Kulak. Kulak fires it around the net. Lee Hopkins takes back to Bouchard. Bouchard past the Yarmark, again to Bouchard. Shoots, doesn't get right past the legs, and it will be rebounded by Perron. Pearson, sorry. Right to the belly, scores! What is emotion for Pearson? They'll get the real goal! Now, Tanner Pearson was really showing with his move skills. That one was a big beat by Skinner. That one was a great goal. Had that one late. Now, really, when the time gets down to it, that starts the crowd. They really have been looking like it's dominating the effortless to get this goal to work. No change, nothing different. It is a 6-5 game as we're nearing the midway mark of the period. Lee Hopkins and Jack Eichel will win the faceoff. Olofsson's right turn again to Jack Eichel. Over now to Romain McNabb. Shot pass, safe play by Skinner. And broken by Eichel. He'll have it to Olofsson. State clipped it. Back to Nurse. No slashing for Edmonton. And it's back to Connor Brown. Fires. Gets to Lee Hopkins. Pat save. That one wipes it out. Brown with the rebound. And I'll have it over to Nurse. Set back to Klingberg. Again to McDavid. McDavid to Nurse. Again to McDavid. Try to set a screen. Here's Klingberg, shoots deep, glove snatched by Gill. Theodore gets to Brown. Brown trying to get over it. Barbashev with the rebound, and he's off to Olofsson. That one carries it over. Nurse.
First goal again.
Send it deep to McDavid.
Score by
He's
number
on.
70.
That one was big lift. And I wasn't even sure how that was going to get there, but his fire range just took it back to Orts.
And by number 15,
here's McDavid, shot saved on the play by Ian Hill. Back to Howden. He passed to Midley Mark in the third.
Tanner Pearson, his third goal of the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Kolzer and Hanifin in the third period at 8:35 in the playoffs.
Hyman goes out. Now this will give the chance over. And Skinner didn't have it the right choice. Here's another one to Whitecloud. It's back to Jeff Skinner with the punt. Now with 9:30 remaining in the third period, they'll have to try to regroup it in. Skinner outside the zone. He'll set it over. Howden takes back. The Golden Knights are back in the Edmonton territory. Stone shoots, save play by Skinner. Over to Skinner. Jeff Skinner finds Mateus that goal. What a stop by Ian Hill. And it's back to Bouchard. And he'll now have it over. The puck rebound by Ekholm as he finds the Draisaitl. Fires it, save by Hill. Right turn wing and wedge. They'll stop it within 9 minutes. This easy one save happened to be with Ian Hill. Look at this pass percentage as you're looking it up. This deep passing was a big save, and he was ripped it around that far, a big timing. You know, when this don't get that one worse, it gets him in a nice clean, and this one is a big off on offense to make the nice further attack. This is what the hard one gets in there, fellas. A lot of time up in the period. Edmonton Oilers trying to look for a tie game. Now for the win, Vegas. Lehoy missed off with the hit. Lehoy backhander saved by Skinner. And he's nobody behind him. Trying to watch on him. Confident takes over. Doesn't get out of his zone. Here's a shot stopping here by the goaltender. And he was right in there. Tipped up. Shot stopped by Skinner. Unbelievable. Skinner was trying to get out of his zone and not get ripped up. That one was unbelievable. It didn't seem like that Skinner was able to make that in. Confident regroups it in. He'll fire that one across the Kulak and he's back on ice. Emerson finding Janmark as he gives it over to Emerson. Emerson looking for 2 more goals. Janmark looking for another goal. And that's Kulak right to outside. Back to Mateus Janmark. Shot missed wide, but Petrangelo with the rebound. Right turn wing. Moves forward to punch over. And an easy save by Skinner. Toward the middle. It's given by Nugent Hopkins. Here comes Brown. To Janmark. Stopped by Hill. Unbelievable. There is a bunch of big chaos moment. The unleashing puts a power to the rumble. There wasn't any big change oftenly. I wasn't able to see things afterwards. For Ian Hill, that one was a big save that they really got that one coming back flying. Stick lifted back to Emerson. The deep play again to Hyman. Here they come. Shot in his scores! Victor Arvidsson! Now a tie game again! 6-6. Well, that was just the right timing. The better on the pass off, and then when you get close to the goaltender, you just got to get the pass right off to Victor Arvidsson. That's his skip in the playoff, and he was really right in toward its way. This line-off was not a change-off that everybody's been expecting it. But they're really noticing now that Arvidsson has tied that game. Easy noticing what happened to Victor Arvidsson. That was really what the great play goes in. 2-on-1. They were able to try to stop in at the right moment. He was really off to a great start and just didn't get a good look for the open target, what they're looking for. The rebound by Hyman as we're nearing under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. McDavid has to begin to Klingberg as again to Nurse. Arvidsson taking some time, now finds to Klingberg, and McDavid again. Right to the middle. What a stop by Hill. Trying to be over by McDavid. Wow, he's exhausted already. He's more disappointed in how he's playing like this. Well, you can definitely find out what happened with McDavid. He was a little depressed on, and Aiden Hill was able to make that save. That's a great blocker. A beauty on the backhand save was not really what they all expected it from. This is definitely a hard contest, but they really kept it out. Still looking for a goal here. McDavid having a little bit of a rough day here, but he's not done yet. He still needs a lot more time to get a next goal in. Now,
Score
Ivan
for the
Barbashev
Edmonton
will have it
Oilers.
again,
His
Eichel.
5th goal in the
Eichel will
playoffs.
offset
First goal of the
shot,
game,
glove
scored by
save
number
Skinner,
33,
and Klingberg will
Victor
send it around
Arvidsson.
over. The pass
Assisted
back
by
over now
number
to Perry.
18, Zach Hyman. And by
It's
number
back to
49,
Eichel.
Ty Emberson.
Looks to
Time of the
Barbashev,
goal,
and
12:48
Skinner will
remaining in the
have it.
3rd period. Victor Arvidsson, his 5th
Draisaitl.
goal in the playoffs, first goal of
Watching
the
on
game,
Nurse.
assisted by Zach
Now
Hyman
Perry
and
will have it.
Emberson.
Give it
In the
to
3rd period at
Leon
12:48
Draisaitl.
in the playoffs.
Draisaitl to Skinner. Skinner in making. And that one missed off, and just didn't get the puck back in the zone right by the net. Here's Olafsson, set to Barbashev. That one was way out and wide and rebounded off for the Edmonton Oilers. Ekholm with a chance in the puck covering. They're already been like flying afterward. No change, not a big problem to get. Bouchard kicks to Nugent Hopkins. Ekholm shots blocked by Gaunan. Saw it. Fires. That one goes off in traffic and rebound by Nugent Hopkins. Again to Brown. Brown gives back over to Yamar. Trying to reset it across to Ekholm. Ekholm looks to Brown. Brown pass to Yamar. That one stick-clipped it. Brown finds Emberson. Emberson trying to lead to Kulak. Kulak to Yamar. Yamar spins around, stopped by Hill. He will cover things up with only 5:01 remaining in the 3rd period. He'll get ready for another puck drop. 91/83 for Edmonton Oilers. They've really been staggered out. Now to win for the Golden Knights. Howden wins another one. Stone almost get whipped up, and McDavid will kick that puck out back into Vegas territory. Pietrangelo right over the other side. And now here's Howden. Notched it out. Arvidsson trying to hold it in. Kulak back to Arvidsson. Knocks out right toward the board. Howden. Pietrangelo whips it away. Rebounded up by Barbashev. Olafsson's outside. Pietrangelo right over to McNabb. Shot. And it's well, he wasn't sure that was going to change. Now that thing to take feed was really onto it. And right over the girl thing, you just had that right in the middle, and you got a redirection right in the middle of the chain. That was another goal for the Golden Knights. They really have to come back in. So as Olaf said, he'll drop in with his 2nd goal in the playoffs and the 1st goal of the game as Perry gets to Draisaitl. Draisaitl looked his way down, backhander, and stopped by Gill. Connor Perry. Perry, you see effort, Leon Draisaitl has to Perry. Perry can't hold on. Barbashev takes to Pietrangelo. On a rushing sprint. Pass, shot, blocked, gives back to Nurse.
Score!
No penalty on the Vegas Golden Knights. Leon Draisaitl spins it over, trying to get a
Golden
rebound,
Knights, his
and
second in
back
the
over to
playoffs,
Klingberg.
first goal of the
He'll try to
game.
reset it
Score
again to
by
slow
number
things down.
95, Victor
Klingberg,
Arvidsson.
and now back on ice is Zach Hyman.
Assisted by number 3, Braden McNabb. And by number 7, Alex Pietrangelo.
Right over now to Barbashev. And it's now McNabb.
Time of the goal, 15:36 remaining
Gets
in
to
the 3rd.
Theodore.
Victor
Knocks it
Olafsson,
away.
his 2nd goal in the playoffs,
Using
1st
his
goal of the
sprint
game.
down.
Assisted by
Near the
McNabb
net.
and
Broken up by
Pietrangelo
Zach
in the 3rd
Hyman.
period of the
pass
game
was a little
at
too late.
15:36 in
This
the
is not how
playoffs.
to change it up. The Edmonton communication was a little bit poor. They don't really think it wasn't going to be in there. Now back to McDavid. Slows down. Under 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. Yamar shot up and over it, and he clutches it. What a great stop by Aiden Hill with 2:46 remaining. And now for the better night, I send it over to me for 11. Are the best play in the game. Well, it must be said that Jack Eichel was really like the best take that he's ever been doing it for. What they don't expect to see now is the better unstoppable force. He really uses a lot of energy to get that one right away. What sometimes he doesn't get is how well he has been doing. Kickoff is just right around the corner for Jack Eichel to get his first win if they win against the Edmonton Oilers in the first game. This might be a big special night for the Golden Knights to make the first victory win over the Oilers. I'll see what happens if Eichel make the win. Back to you. Tomas Skirtle knocked him right through. Nugent Hopkins passes it again to Brown as he will get to Janmark. Janmark sets to Emerson, finds Kulak, and open to Henrique. Henrique with under 2 minutes remaining. Here's Emerson. Pass to Janmark. Fires it. Blocker saved by Gill. And back to Emerson. Keeps the puck rolling. Shot. D denied it afterward. Henrique. Hannafin takes over. And he's off to Dorofiev. He will get the dump zone out of here. Kulak. Face back to Emerson. With the big hit. Here's Henrique. Selling over is Kulak. That one is a big smash down, and man, he's hurt. Henrique finding Arvidsson. Arvidsson, no penalty on the Golden Knights. And here's Barbashev trying to work its way across. And Bouchard finding Zach Hyman. And sends it deep to McDavid. Oh, he wants more.
There's only 1 minute remaining in the third
period. 1 minute
period.
remaining in the first period. Arvidsson, time is running down. He will now get an extra skater if he can get it in there. Echo, block the shot. Olofsson takes it over. And he will get it in. Stop by Skinner. McDavid is right toward the wall. Now Bouchard will have it over, 30 seconds remaining. And now as they will get their extra skater, they're going to get right into the penalty. Shot stopped by Hill! Oh my goodness! What a save by Hill as he will make that one history. You know, the challenge is now happening. This won't be the last effort. They'll have to make the finishing win to get it off to tight. Win for Theodore. And here's side. Out of room. Stopped and pass. Saved by Skinner. One last change for the Oilers. Perry knocked him down. Skinner shoots. Stop. Rebound in. And he'll have to worry about it. Golden Knights wins the first game in the postseason. Well, it's been a better night afterwards. Skinner was able to put up, but in the second round was the first victory win against the Edmonton Oilers. And this has been a better salute to the fans afterwards, says too. This is a wild night. They couldn't get this one finished, and they had it all down. Well, it's along with my broadcast partner, along with me, Test Tube, and across the others is James Domowski and Willie, and me for 11. We hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you all again next time. Thank you, everybody. Good night. All right, thank you guys so much. Alex Pietrangelo makes his 3 assists and 10 gets in the game, his 3rd star player in the game. Then, the 2nd star player in the game is Aiden Hill with 84 saves in the game. He really makes it easier when the change-up doesn't have to be important. And the 1st star player in the game of the night goes to one of our big, Ivan Barbashev, with 2 goals and 13 hits, with a big unfinished with a huge get down. Let's have a look and see how they did. 98 over 96 for Vegas, and it was 90 shots on goal over 48 for Edmonton Oilers. 1554 over 338 time on attack for Edmonton, and it was 89 over 84 for Vegas Golden Knights. 29 over 28 face-off wins, only 4-minute penalty kill was on Vegas, and a power play goal was made with only 2:05 remaining. Well, Jack Eichel, he receives his first win against the Edmonton Oilers. This has been a fantastic one here. And you know how Golden Knights hate? they do not like the Canadian team. It's been like a little heart of disappointment afterwards, but we'll see about that. So on and so on. So, as that being said, thanks for watching for one of our big games of the night. Stay tuned for our next game. Game 2 will start with the Florida Panthers as they will face against the Ottawa Senators at the Emirates Bank Arena. And then the next game will be right around the way as the Jets face on against the Stars. That'll be 9:30 p.m. again at Winnipeg. Well, along with me and my broadcast partner, I'm Terry Crews, and I'm also a fan. You've been watching the NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. It's in the game. We'll see you next time for a while as the NHL 25 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs dial. See you folks until for another game of Game 2 from both Final 4 teams and right in the range for 6 teams to give it off with a huge start. We'll see how that one happens with the conference finals. And don't worry, we'll have 7 games for you for 4 best of 4. That'll be underway too soon. If one of the team advances, it'll be on for the biggest leg of the time. Anyways, we're out of here. Good night, everybody, and so long in Vegas.
If you don't, somebody will.